As a person who is a sexual or gender minority, we have to be aware that just nationwide, right now we're witnessing a record year of legislation targeting our community.
The rates of mental health stress are increasing, people feeling isolated, like they're not welcome at whether that be at home, at school, in public.
And that really does weigh on the minds and the well-being of LGBTQ people nationwide. LGBTQ people are not at higher risk for suicide or other mental health challenges because of anything inherent in who we are. It's about how we're treated. I remember being in my early 20s when California was actively debating Proposition 8. And so the constant onslaught of negative ads that would portray people like me, gay people just trying to have a family, as being a threat to children, a threat to family, was just a constant negative grind on my mental health.
I was born and raised in Ohio and lived there for the majority of my life. The thought of being able to express myself or sort of live my full truth growing up was something I didn't view as possible. It definitely was part of the motivation to leave Ohio and come to a place where I knew that there were strong laws on the books, that I knew I would be protected as a gay person.
I remember when I could cross a border between states and go from a state that had a constitutional amendment that discriminated against people like me and go into a state that didn't have those kind of hostile laws. It felt like a ton of bricks coming off my shoulders just to be in a place where I was equal.
You know, I think we hear a lot of times, well, if life's so bad there, why don't you move somewhere else? There are so many barriers for people when it comes to being able to make that decision.
People should be able to make a home where they are, in their own communities, with their families, places where they've got deep roots.
The goal should be, let's make their communities inclusive and welcoming. You know, I walk around my city and I see businesses that have gay pride flags and progress pride flags in their windows, a local and a state government that wants the best for me and my community and is actively working to improve the quality of our lives and let us know that we are welcome and we belong.
People are playing politics with real people's lives, but there's also an encouraging aspect to it. Every year, there are more LGBTQ people speaking up for ourselves. We have more allies. We have parents and community members, leaders and lawmakers who are pushing back against these bills. The positive aspect of this is that our community refuses to be defeated. We refuse to back down.